We gonna give it a minute, everybody. We gonna give it a minute. So my beautiful people out there watching nationwide, countrywide out there, the Live with Brink and Blakely podcast. We appreciate all the love and support y'all been showing recently. Definitely appreciated it. Hope everybody has had a eventful, successful Memorial Day weekend. Welcome in, welcome in. We will be discussing the top WNBA Rookie of the Year candidates thus far this season and this young season so far. You know what I'm saying? We know about the top four that are really making a case. But is it just Caitlin Clark? Is she just running away with this thing? I mean, we've seen what Cam Brink has done lately. Definitely seen her getting active. Kia Jackson coming off that bench. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk some numbers. We gonna talk some numbers. We definitely gonna talk some numbers, man. I appreciate y'all. Hey, RC, appreciate you. Appreciate you tuning in. Definitely got a good show for y'all this evening. Talking about the top rookie of the year candidates. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of good basketball being played right now, and the rookies are making an immediate impact. I mean, we're even seeing rookies that we didn't even expect to make an immediate impact, like Holy K. Martin. Um, but as far as this rookie of the year debate, Caitlin Clark seems like the odds-on favorite. She was coming into the season. She was the favorite to take rookie of the year. Y'all can see it. I'm gonna just pull her up real quick. So y'all can see the numbers there. 15.4 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 1.1 steals per game. And she's leading the way for the rookies right now, man. My question to y'all is this Caitlin Clark's award to lose? She's playing the most minutes as well. She's getting the most opportunity. And she's making the most of it so far. I think coming into the season, everybody pretty much thought this was going to be Caitlin Clark's award, and it's the Caitlin Clark show. Do y'all feel like that? Like, is anybody challenging her for Rookie of the Year right now? Is this just Caitlin Clark's award to lose? Y'all see the numbers right there. We can talk about it. Everybody loves numbers. We can talk about the numbers. You know what I'm saying? We can definitely talk about the numbers. 15.4 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, 6.3 assists. They have not been winning, but that is a team issue, not necessarily a Caitlin Clark issue. So y'all see the numbers from Caitlin Clark, man. And honestly, another player that I think is definitely doing some damage as well, Cameron Brink. Talk about her and Rakia Jackson, y'all. Just the resurgence that we are seeing with the LA Sparks right now. Now, I will say they're not winning games, but they're fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely talk about the WNBA power rankings that got dropped today, too, with the Connecticut Sun and the Minnesota Lynx leading the way there at the 1 and the 2. But give me y'all's thoughts on this Rookie of the Year debate. If Rakia Jackson could start, she would challenge. RC, I'm right there with you. When she came into the league, I genuinely thought that she was the most pro-ready scorer out of everybody. Like, her offense is just super advanced. She's been super efficient too, honestly. Like, she's getting her shot. She's getting to her spot. She's making the most of those minutes that she's getting. And I mean, her field goal percentage is like over 50%. Like, she is really, really making the most of her shots. get into her spot. She's got the mid-range at 6'2", the perimeter skills. Like, she is a big wing. She is a walking mismatch. We see her numbers right now, 9.8 points per game coming off the bench. She's probably playing the least amount of minutes than anybody on this list that we'll talk about. Of course, we'll talk about Angel Reese as well. But Rickea Jackson's doing the most right now with the least opportunity, in my opinion. So she's averaging 9.8 points per game, 2.4 rebounds, 0.2 assists, 0.4 steals per game. She's definitely got to work on the defense and get more locked in. Because at 6'2", with her quick twitch, with her lateral mobility, man, there's no reason that Rickea Jackson shouldn't be a lockdown defender. It's just about effort. For those of y'all joining in, we're talking about some of the WNBA Rookie of the Year candidates. We went through Caitlin Clark's stats a little bit. It seemed like coming into the season, everybody felt like this was Caitlin Clark's award. It was pretty much the Caitlin Clark show, and everybody else is just playing catch up. CC got all those turnovers, but I think her numbers have the most promise to improve. Okay, Jay. Okay, Jay, respect. I definitely think she, like the first two games, when she had double-digit turnovers, that was crazy. Like, she was just, I think it's the passing, man. Like, she's getting used to knowing, like, the pace of the game for the WNBA. Like, you cannot get away with those lackadaisical passes that she was getting away with in Iowa. She was a turnover machine the first couple of games. But she's definitely reeled it in. She looks more comfortable. She's making plays. They're trusting her with the ball in her hands a little bit more. We saw what happened when they played the LA Sparks. Clark was running that point guard position, looking efficient. She's been finding teammates, getting assists, so I like it. I like it. Is there who would y'all say is the biggest challenger to her? Is it Angel Reese? Is Angel Reese the biggest challenge to her? We see Angel Reese right now averaging 12.3 points per game. Sorry about the placement, y'all. 12.3 points per game, 7.8 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1 steal for the Chi-Town Barbie, 6'3". How are we feeling about Angel Reese's chances, man? I think she, first off, just the display of toughness that she showed against the Connecticut Sun, y'all, after Alyssa Thomas put her in that choke slam. I mean, we gotta salute the toughness. She's down there banging down low on the block. She's out there really, really competing on the glass. She's hitting the mid-range. She's going coast to coast, showing that playmaking ability. And I don't feel like this is a reach, man. I genuinely feel like Angel Reese has point forward potential, man. Reese, you got Reese number 2, Jade. Okay. Okay, I think most people would agree with that. I think most people would have Reese at number 2 right now. I think so, just looking at the numbers. But my question for Angel Reese, for everybody watching, for everybody tuning in, and if you are just tuning in, welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakey podcast. Y'all know we live with it. But my thing is, with Angel Reese, right? Camila Cardoso hasn't played yet. When Cardoso comes back, she's supposed to be back next month when they match up against the Indiana Fever. That's the expected comeback. Does her return hamper Angel Reese's chances? And where does Camila Cardoso fit into this whole Rookie of the Year race? I mean, I know it's going to take her a few games to get accustomed, like to get acclimated. We've seen the same thing with Nika Mule, trying to get acclimated after getting a late start to the season. But what does the arrival of Camila Cardoso, what does her arrival do for Angel Reese's chances? Does it help Caitlin Clark's efforts? Y'all let me know in the chat. Holler at your boy. Appreciate y'all tuning in. If you're just coming in, welcome to the Live with Brandon Blakey podcast, where we are chopping it up about the WNBA current Rookie of the Year race right now. Some stats for y'all. We've been going through the stats for the top 4, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Rickea Jackson. And also, let's not forget about Cam Brink. Let's not forget about Cam Brink as well. She's definitely making a case for Rookie of the Year as well in her own right, man. And I think just going back to the question we were asking, does Angel Reese's chances get hurt by Camila Cardoso coming back? I would say that Cameron Brink's chances haven't really been affected with Rickea Jackson being in the lineup. Like, they're both still flourishing in that lineup. They're both still being productive and making the most of their time, man. And I think the thing with Cameron Brink defensively, like her blocks per game are gonna set her apart from the rest of everybody else in this field in that category. There's nobody else that we have mentioned so far that can impact the game at the rim like she can blocking shots. Like the length is just crazy. Right now she's averaging 10.8 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, 2.4 assists. You want to see those rebounds go up. 1.2 steals. I think though the thing with Cameron Brink is I was kind of worried coming in that like the physicality of the WNBA would be taking a toll on her this season. She's got a slim build, but she's out there competing. She's got that dog in her. I love the competitiveness. And then I think too with these rookies, man, it's an adjustment period. But there's so many eyes on them right now. Like it is crazy. But I know we've been talking about CC, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. Caitlin leading the way right now for the rookies in assists as well as points. And at the steals, if you're just coming in, welcome in, welcome in. We're talking about Rookie of the Year candidates. No more for CC either. She got a see ball, shoot ball if no one other player is open to get to it. RC, I feel you. She's got to be more aggressive. She's got to be more aggressive, y'all. She has to be more aggressive hunting her shots. We've heard Coach Sides call her out about the shot selection. That nonsense about shooting 2-pointers, man, long twos. If you hoop, you really know, like, a long two is, like, the worst shot that you can take, bro. Take the three or get to the cup. CC getting trapped alive is tough for her out there. Yeah, she's facing that bad boy Pistons defense. They out there treating her like Jordan Rules out there. It's crazy out there right now. They are definitely throwing traps at her, double teams at her. Even when she's off ball, Clark is definitely being guarded like different. Like they are very much so focusing in on her and taking her out of these game plans. But they got to do a better job of getting her in motion off ball. Her teammates have got to find her as well. They're still trying to figure it out, man. They're definitely still trying to figure it out. And then also, I know we kind of talked about the power rankings that we're dropping. Definitely keep the rookie of the year talk going though. But yeah, Caitlin Clark is definitely facing some immense pressure. But I don't know if y'all saw the power rankings came out there today. You know what I'm saying? So take a look at that. How about the Minnesota Lynx at number one, but the Connecticut Sun, the only undefeated team in the entire league, and they got them at number two? How we feeling about the power rankings? It's a mess in Washington right now. I'll tell you that. You got Cam Brink, Rakia Jackson and the gang down there at 11. New York Liberty at 4, Aces at 3. Sheesh. Seattle Storm at 5 right there. And have they been a disappointment, guys? Now that we're talking about it. I mean, that big three in Seattle was supposed to be making some noise. And I don't know, man. It's been a slow start. Jewel Boyd's been hooping, but she's been shooting terrible. CC need to tell Sides, don't worry about me, Christy. Sorry about your job, ma'am. Nah, she better not say that. Nah, RC, she better not say that, man. But hey, it's a lot of people in here, folks watching that's thinking it though. They gotta take the handcuffs off of Caitlin Clark, man. When you have a dog like that, you gotta let her off the leash. They need to let her hoop. Free Caitlin. Free Caitlin. Y'all remember when Melo came out and said he is a system? Caitlin Clark is a system. That's the thing. But I think they got to play faster, man. They got to get out of transition because they're outlet passing. People talk about the three-point shooting and the scoring, of course, for obvious reasons. But Caitlin Clark's elite court vision can really help this team if they just put the ball in her hands. Yeah, I like Kelsey Mitchell, man. I really do. She's a bucket. He's a bucket, man. And I think last year is what they were missing was a pass first guard that could really make things easier for her. Because Mitchell goes a lot of ISO basketball. She be in her bag, but now she's got a guard like Caitlin Clark that can find her in space for catch and shoot opportunities. Take some pressure off her, man. Erica Wheeler is robbing them though. She's one of the highest paid players in the WNBA, getting over like 222,000. And she out there stanking it up. They need to give the minutes to Celeste Taylor. They need to give that to Berger. Like we need a hometown hero to get some minutes as well. I don't get their rotation. I think they're still trying to figure out their best five. Y'all see Indiana Fever at number 10 right there, just below the Chicago Sky. I meant CC needs to tell Size, don't worry about me, Christy. Worry about your job. Yeah, definitely. She just needs to get out the way, get out her own way, and let Caitlin Clark hoop. That's definitely what needs to happen. We've been talking about some Rookie of the Year numbers. And there's Caitlin right there. 15.4 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 1.1 steals. She has been cutting down on the turnovers. Do we think anybody can challenge Caitlin Clark right now? We've been talking about Angel Reese. Those are her numbers right there. 12.3 points per game. Still waiting to see that first double-double, but she's been close a couple times. They've been fighting hard, man. And if you saw the Connecticut Sun versus the Chicago Sky, that choke slam by Alyssa Thomas was nuts. Angel Reese got back up and proceeded to hoop, y'all. So definitely much respect to her. Um, she really showed some toughness. We got, of course, we've been talking about Cameron Brink as well, and the resurgence. The resurgence of them LA Sparks. I mean, they're not really winning games like that, but they fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? But how we feeling? Bounce back like a boss. Yeah, Jay, she definitely did. She definitely did. Angel Reese really showed me something. You know what I'm saying? She gets a lot of flack for doing the modeling and all her off the court interests and passions, but she keeps basketball the main thing, man. You gotta respect that. You definitely gotta respect keeping the main thing the main thing. She's a competitor. She is a dog out there. You can call Angel Reese whatever you want, whoever's watching, but you gotta mention she got that dog. For sure. For sure. How we feeling about these rookie of the years? Yeah, that foul was crazy. And do y'all feel like I think the ejection was absolutely warranted. Do y'all feel like the ejection was warranted? Do y'all feel like Alyssa Thomas was out of line? There go the standings right there. So the power rankings we saw, which is crazy to me, the Connecticut Sun, the only undefeated team right now in the WNBA, shooting at starting. They're right now 5-0. They are number 2 in these power rankings. Y'all know I love my Minnesota Lynx though, so I'm not tripping too hard. They are 4-1. Only lost to those Connecticut Sun. Check it out, check it out. Las Vegas, New York, the 2 returning WNBA finalists at the 3 and the 4 spot. How are y'all feeling about Seattle? How are we feeling about who is like the big surprise team everybody's surprised about right now? Yeah, Jay, she definitely, man. I'm telling you. Angel Reese is tough. I like her game. I like the fact that she's adding that mid range. People talk about it like that's definitely something that she has to work on. So we definitely saw her airball a 3, but she gets that mid range consistent and can become a reliable pick and pop player. Yo, watch out! I'm telling you. And they're about to get Camila Cardoso back. I like Coach T Spoon, man. I really like her. Just a WNBA legend for real. We got the Seattle Storm at 5. We got the Phoenix Mercury at 6, Atlanta Dream at 7, Dallas Wings at 8. What y'all think about these power rankings? And we definitely keeping the Rookie of the Year talk going too, man. Definitely keeping the Rookie of the Year talk going. Who are like some surprise candidates, man? I'm ready to see Alyssa Peely get some more action for the Lynx. But it's tough cracking that lineup. I'm not gonna hold you. But that's what we got for the power rankings right now. Any surprises? I'm really surprised that the Seattle Storm have the start that they have had, man. It's been kind of crazy. Caitlin Clark still the favorite for the Rookie of the Year. She came in with 3rd in MVP odds, y'all. She was 3rd. Vegas had her 3rd for MVP. Are you crazy? The expectations are unreal. Like, are the expectations fair? Is the pressure fair on Caitlin Clark right now? I think she's handling everything with grace, but is this fair? Like, is this fair? Is she's living up to the expectations, I gotta say. She's cut down on the turnovers the last couple of games. Cause y'all know that first game, that second game, that man, she was a turnover machine out there, y'all. Can't hold you. Are we is this her award to lose this rookie of the year? Is there anybody that can legitimately challenge her? I know we talked about Cameron Brink and her just separating herself defensively with the blocks. I think that's major. We see that. We see what Angel Reese is doing. Does Rakia Jackson eventually get into that starting lineup of the Sparks, though? That could be a difference maker, man. I mean, we're talking, she's the most polished scorer in this draft. She can score from anywhere. A true 3-level scorer at 6'2". She can body up down low. She can play on the block. She's got the beautiful fadeaway. She can shoot the three. She can get you off the dribble. Like, Rakia Jackson is tough. Asia MVP. Okay, Jay. I think she's definitely the front runner right now, man. I think Afisa Collier is definitely in that conversation as well. But nah, Asia Wilson is next level. She's the face of the WNBA, and yeah, she is marketable. I love Asia Wilson's game. I love left-handed players. I'm a lefty, so I love left-handed players. To be honest with y'all, I'm kind of biased, but yeah, she's been amazing. We've been talking about the rookie of the year. Welcome in, welcome in. If you're just tuning in, readjust. Welcome in, welcome in. If you're just tuning in, we're discussing some of the rookie of the year candidates. Some of the top rookie of the year candidates. It's really a 4-player race, but it's really Caitlin Clark's world right now. We kind of all just locking in. Definitely Asia MVP. Caitlin Clark's playing the most minutes. She's getting the most reps right now. So just from that standpoint, Rakia's been very productive. If you're just joining in, Cam Brink, the shot blocking ability, her and Rakia, feeding off one another. The thing that could possibly hurt Angel Reese's chances is the return of Camila Cardoso. Where does she fit in, guys? Where does she fit in into this whole rookie of the year race, in y'all's opinion? Where does Cardoso rank? We've also been talking about just the current standings in the W right now. I'll give you all a look at that. Current standings. Taking it all in, Connecticut Sun, the only undefeated team in the WNBA right now. No games, so if you just joined in, I had to go live for y'all people, man. Because y'all been showing so much support. And we got some topics still to talk about. Even if there's no games today, we got the updated power rankings. You know what I'm saying? Check those out. We got the updated power rankings. We got the rookie of the year conversation as well. Definitely just, it's been a fun start. It's still early in the season and a lot of things could change. Caitlin Clark has been getting a lot of headlines, deservingly so. Yo, Jay, I'm telling you, Kate Martin, she might be the best story in women's basketball right now. I mean, she literally went to the draft more so to support Caitlin Clark, her teammate. Wasn't really expecting to hear her name called, but how you have that little thought in the back, like, man, that little hope in the back of your head, like it probably ain't happening, but I'm still holding out because I still know I'm like that. So that happens. She gets her name called. Not only does she get her name called, but she joins the 2-time defending champions, makes the roster, which was incredible in itself because we saw what happened to Deasia Fair. They just cut her, so makes the roster and then carves out a role and then proceeds to outplay Caitlin Clark when they match up and pick the dub up. Oh my goodness, yo. Kay Martin is tough. Kay Martin is the real deal. She's the perfect role player for the Aces, man. She is the perfect role player. I mean, you look at her game, she's low maintenance. She doesn't have to dominate the basketball. She hits some corner threes when Asia and Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young are out there finding her. She's out there blocking shots. Tenacious defender. Y'all heard Coach Becky Hammond talking about her intangibles, her basketball IQ. Kate Martin is definitely going to be a coach after she's done playing. You can already tell. You can definitely tell. But yeah, she's looked really good. I've been impressed with Kate Martin. I'm not going to lie. She surprised me. But defensively, she's locked in. She's shooting the basketball well. She doesn't overthink things, man. She plays within the system, makes the right basketball play. And we see the Aces at number 3 right now in the latest power rankings. The New York Liberty at number 4, rounding up the top 5. The Seattle Storm, who I think have been a little disappointing this year. I'm gonna just be honest. But we gotta give them some grace. You know, they have revamped this roster and it takes time to build chemistry. You know what I'm saying? So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt starting out. I don't know what's going on in Washington. We should have known when Elena Deladon said she was sitting out. They was toast. But shout out to Leah Edwards. Her and Nika Mule squared off. But yeah, this Rookie of the Year battle, man, I'm telling y'all. I don't know. Does winning games? Because right now, like out of everybody on the list that we talked about, what's the top ranked team right now? I mean, you got honestly, Chicago Sky, Angel Reese, Camilo Cardoso, they will have the best team, you know, as Rookie of the Year right now out of all of them. The Indiana Fever and the LA Sparks below them. Do more wins help their case? Are we going to be looking for Caitlin Clark's win-loss record? It's a team game now. I get that. And it's definitely not on one player, man. She's carrying a franchise and dang near a sport. Oh, Jay, you a Mystics fan? Oh, man. What's going on with them? What is going on with them right now, Jay? It's a tough time to be a Mystics fan. Very proud franchise out there, though, man. DC, some of the best sport fans out there. We see the standings right now. The Mystics are the only team still looking for that first win, that elusive first win. Indiana and LA, not much better. That the dream right above them. Checking out some standings right there for y'all. Checking out some standards and where we stand with things right now, man. That's really what we're looking at right now. Where do we stand with things? We've seen a lot of storylines on and off the court that are going on right now. But this Rookie of the Year, this 2024 rookie class, man, it's spectacular the impact that they've had on the game. And I think the coolest thing too is the fact that they have paid homage to the vets the entire time, the entire way. I mean, Angel Reese got choke slammed in AT for the lesson for challenging her. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would have complained and whined, but nah, mm-mm, that was not the case. Yo, RC, I agree. I agree. They play really great team basketball. They move the basketball. They force a lot of turnovers. They are tough to score on. They get out in transition. Like it's a really beautiful brand of basketball they play. And if you can score, if you can turn over opponents and convert those to points, I mean you're gonna be tough to beat. Phoenix picking up Rebecca Allen and Natasha Cloud has worked wonders over there. Yeah, yeah, agreed. Agreed. Two very big additions. I'm big on Cloud. I like Natasha Cloud. Yeah, that has been big, man. And they're getting healthy. You know what I'm saying? They're getting healthy. I like Phoenix. Diana Taurasi in about year 40 still giving workout. Salute to her. Yeah. You can't forget about Brittany Griner either when she gets, you know what I'm saying, gets back 100%. Yeah, we saw the power rankings right now. The Mercury right there at 6. Top 6. The Atlanta Dream, Ron Howard, I think they are definitely surprising some people as well. Definitely think they are surprising some people. I think the Dallas Wings are a team that has a chance to really climb up these rankings as well. Who are like? What are the surprise teams that y'all like? Who is really like y'all? We talked about RC. He's talking about moving the needle, and what the Minnesota Lynx are doing. Who are some other teams that are moving the needle for you guys? Like who is really looking like a dark horse for a championship? We've been talking about rookie of the year race. We've been talking about the power rankings right now that were just released a little bit earlier today for week 3 in the WNBA. Like we're seeing a lot of storylines being written right now. But what are some of the surprise teams y'all are looking at? I think RC says I think they're really trying to keep Nafisa Collier. Their franchise player is the goal and having an outstanding season. Collier probably will stay put. Yeah, yeah. I absolutely think I'm gonna switch over to the chat so I can just read it off of here. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Collier is you gotta keep her in the fold. The UConn product, she's gotten better every year, and she's just doing numbers. And I mean, she was like 9 for 9 the other night. She's so efficient. She is so efficient. They have to keep her in the fold. I think they did a really good job in free agency. I think they've done a good job building in the draft. You don't just lose a Maya Moore, Simone Augustus, Lindsay Whalen. Like, you don't lose like a dynasty like that. And then, just rebound and retool and reload like a year later. Like, it takes time to build that back up. And they've done a really, really good job. First class organization, definitely. And it feels good. I ain't gonna lie. It feels good to see them back on top at #1 right there. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all. But yeah, the Aces have looked good. Okay, RC says his dark horse. I'm sorry, RC. I did not mean to specify. I don't know. Dark horses for the ring. Phoenix Mercury might make big time postseason noise, and maybe even Chicago Sky Camila Cardoso can come back effectively. Agreed. I think she's definitely going to change the trajectory of that team. Having a 6'7" just monster in the middle. Oh man, yeah, the Chicago Sky are gonna have twin towers out there. I like the Mercury as well. I think that's a sneaky, really good pick, actually. I really do. And we're talking about a team that's not that far removed from a championship. Like they remember, you know what I'm saying? They know how to compete at the highest level. They have that championship DNA. I like that. They've been to the big dance. We got the New York Liberty at 4. Who do y'all see making a climb? I think the Mercury are good. I'm ready to see the best of the Seattle Storm, man. I mean, that group should be way more fun than they are. Mitchell says Phoenix is scary, I think. Agreed. Agreed. They did a heck of a job in free agency. They're healthy. Well, they're getting healthy, I should say. I like that Phoenix pick. That's a great pick, y'all. I like that. I like that Phoenix pick. You definitely don't want to see them in the first round. Yeah, team's still getting healthy, man. Link's still missing Diamond Miller. Like, there's this team that's still trying to get healthy out here. So it seems like a lot of people are really digging the Phoenix Mercury as a legitimate title contender, and deservingly so. And deservingly so. Yeah, I think they have shown a lot in the early part of this season right now. Sitting at 3-3, I think they can make a push. I definitely think they can make a push. Y'all gonna look at the standings right now where we stand. Most teams have at least played 5, 6 games. Who else are we looking at, y'all? Who are some of the other teams that can really make a run? Just as we look at the standings right there. And also keep in mind, as you look at the standings, we have also been talking about the potential rookie of the year candidates, man, and what is going on with this 2024 draft class. It feels like Caitlin Clark, she came in as the overwhelming, runaway, heavy favorite to win Rookie of the Year. Turnovers aside, shot selection a little suspect. She's been hooping. Indiana just got to figure out what they doing, honestly. And if Coach Sods is the right one for the job, that's really what they got to figure out. We've been talking about the Rookie of the Year race. Caitlin Clark currently leading the way, 15.4 points, 5.4 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 1.1 steals per game so far. And I just gotta say, man, there's a lot of pressure. I think she's been living up to expectations. I think they got some talent, of course, Leah Boston, Melissa Smith, Kelsey Mitchell. They got some talent, man. But we knew, honestly, if you really watch, guys, we knew for a fact that it was definitely going to take some time for this team to come together. Like, they were a doormat of the league last year. Indiana's not going to be able to make huge moves up because they're, yeah, maddeningly inconsistent. Like, super inconsistent. We saw them put it all together for one game. We saw them put it together for a half against the Aces. They got Don Staley at the game. They got Coach Lisa Bluter at the game. Like, they need a replacement for Coach Sods. Now, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's Coach Sods. I mean, it might be. Indiana's, yeah. Yo, Jay, I feel you. Like, Aaliyah Boston has just not been as aggressive. I know people were talking in the live chat last live we did a couple of days ago where, a lot of players play overseas. Like, the offseason in the WNBA is extremely long, and she wasn't hooping. She was in the studio getting her sports play-by-play sideline reporting studio time in. And I think maybe she's just getting back into game shape and knocking the rust off. Because a lot of these players play ball year round, man. But yeah, I think the aggressiveness, I think the pick and roll has to be way more efficient. Like, they have to really run that pick and roll because we see, when she stops and she has that capability of stopping and popping at the elbow, at the free throw line, that pick and roll can be dangerous, man. That's their bread and butter. Mitchell says they have the talent, but they don't use it right at this point. Yeah, I just don't think that they have found their best five, to be honest with y'all. I really don't think they found their best starting five. RC says, Brandon, bro, we gonna see tomorrow if they can beat the Sparks again. That will at least let us know they beat the lower tier squads. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. And you gotta win the home games. Agreed. And I mean, we saw them, what they played, like 5 games in 8 days. Like, the Aces blew the doors off them. I think the legs were tired. They've had a few days now to kind of refocus, recenter, maybe get some practice in as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Some valuable reps. So, I think we will see a different Indiana Fever team come tomorrow. But they do have talent, man. I'm with Mitchell. They definitely have talent, but it's just like they are not getting the most out of it. And a portion of that, a part of that is coaching. They got a free Grace Burger too. I mean, come on. I want to see Celeste Taylor out there. You telling me she can't give you more than what Wheeler's giving you right now? I don't believe you. Come on. But yeah, you got to win the games that you're supposed to win. You cannot be playing down and matching the level of your competition. They're below you. See the power rankings that dropped. The Sparks are at 11. The Fever are at 10. So a matchup of 10 and 11 right there. And, I mean, this is also a moment to really, for Cameron Brink, if she goes out there and has a dominant game, she just had a career high in points last game. So I think, a performance against, if she can, not saying, like, they're obviously not going to be guarding each other, but if she can dominate the box score against Caitlin Clark, and outplay her, I mean, it's going to help her argument for Rookie of the Year. Some people I know have Angel Reese at number 2. Some people may have Cameron Brink. Just looking at the numbers, that's what Cameron Brink is averaging currently. 10.8 points, 5.8 rebounds, 2.4 assists. Yo, Jay, I was just saying the same thing, man. 6'4", she's blocking shots, but she's got to get them rebounds up. Do y'all think it's the physicality of the game? Like, she's only a $170. I think she's holding up pretty well, but yeah, she's definitely got to grab more rebounds. But we saw at Stanford, like Kiki led them in rebounds. You know, Cam Brink's never really been an elite rebounder, but there's no reason for her not to be. She's athletic and she's long. Definitely got to get them rebounds up though. And then we see what Angel Reese is doing as well. Yeah, she's absolutely getting bullied on the boards, man. Like, they got to get her in the weight room. They got to get her some of that LA food out there, fill her up, put a good 10 pounds on her, muscle up. And that was the thing, like, coming in about Cameron Brink, I was kind of worried about was, like, the, uh, the physicality of the game, to be honest. Even did y'all like see her when she was playing with Haley Van Lith in that 3-on-3, the Mary Cup? Like, even then, they was getting into her chest, but she's just so long, she can block shots. But we see she's averaging 10.8 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 1.2 steals. She's out there blocking shots. Just had her best game offensively. And Brink is another versatile. Like, she has that offensive upside that Angel Reese doesn't have right now. She can shoot the basketball. She can stretch the floor. She can pick and pop like it's reliable. Like, she can hit that three if she's open. And she runs the floor really, really well. I know some people were saying, as the last live chat, man, last live stream, people were saying that Indiana needs to move Leah Boston for Cameron Brink and pair her up. If they would just let Caitlin Clark play quicker, if they would just let her off the leash, yo, that team would be so fun to watch. But going back to Angel, so Angel's probably the heavy number 2 right now. 12.3 points per game, 7.8 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1 steal. And we gotta mention the toughness. Oh my goodness. Angel Reese hit that ground about 3-4 times, messing with Alyssa Thomas and the Connecticut Sun. All through it, kept fighting, kept playing. You know, two of the faces of the WNBA, Caitlin Clark. I think Angel Reese is just as big of a star as Caitlin Clark off the court. Like, the culture has very much so embraced her. Clark brings those numbers. It's mad respect. And like we talked about, man, you can definitely be a fan of both these players. Just because you're an Angel Reese fan does not mean you can't be a Caitlin Clark fan and vice versa. The thing, though, is when Camila Cardoso does come back, does Angel Reese's numbers take a hit? Do they take a hit? Will Angel Reese's numbers take a hit with Camila Cardoso coming into that lineup? And she's supposed to, her first game back is supposed to be against the Indiana Fever. So y'all know that will be must-watch TV for sure. But it seems like the consensus from you guys is that this is Caitlin Clark's award to lose pretty much at this point. And the Phoenix Mercury are definitely a surprise team right now. The dark horse, I should say. RC says I heard Clark only shot 4 times in the second half versus the Aces. Yeah, they was swarming her. They were swarming her. Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, Kate Martin, like, they were out there swarming Caitlin Clark. Anything she tried to do, they were trapping that pick and roll. And I just don't think they figured out an effective way to get her off ball because she can play either guard spot. If she doesn't have a ball in her hands, you got to find her. You got to be setting screens and drawing up plays to where she can get open and still get her shot off. But they just don't do a good job of getting her the basketball back when she dishes it, in my opinion. There's just not a lot of playmakers on that roster. And it's crazy to me because Aaliyah Boston, like y'all said, she just really hasn't looked like herself. And she's a gifted passer in that paint. What is it going to take for Clark to turn her aggression and attack methods? Where is she going to play the cutoff? Hey, I'm telling you, she's got to be more aggressive, RC. I'm with you there. She's definitely got to get more aggressive, get to that free throw line. I think in the first half, like, she was being aggressive and getting to her shot, but and they was locking that up. I will say too though, they're luck of the draw, man. They played some of the toughest competition. They pretty much played the top three teams in the power rankings. Jay says he thinks Cardoso will take some points off Angel. Hey, that's what I'm wondering. That's my question to y'all. Does that impact her rookie of the year odds? Because you have a player, it's different when you're a guard and you don't need anybody to pass you the ball. But they literally pretty much Angel's a four, Cardoso's a five, but they play in the same area. Like they're gonna be inhabiting the same area. So I definitely think it will impact. I mean, that's gonna be maybe some minutes she loses too, but Angel Reese is a starter right now. She's been playing really well. But yeah, Cardoso definitely I think impacts that. We're seeing a similar situation right now where Rakia Jackson coming off the bench in LA, still doing her thing, and then Cameron Brink. But does Rakia eventually get into the starting lineup? She's been playing just over a little 20 minutes per game, and she has been shooting that rock. She's been efficient, man, like from the field. But does she eventually get in that starting lineup? RC says, I know inside her head Kate Martin was hurt and sticking CC, but maybe not because Kate was like, love you, girl, but this is my livelihood on the line. Yes, talk to her. This is strictly business. Kate was like, I gotta D you up, CC, deal with it. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely saw them embrace before the game, and it was all love. But yeah, Kate Martin was out there to compete for sure, trying to lock up her former teammate. And hey, man, RC, we talked about it on, was it, really reliable smart basketball player, makes the right play, doesn't force things. I really think K Martin's going to be a coach when it's all said and done. Jay says they need to do better on screening CC for open looks. Agreed. Agreed. She gets the ball away and doesn't get it back in any type of space. And she's playing against the most athletic and just top notch defender she's ever played against. So the creating space is a little bit tougher right now. She's figuring it out, but yeah, they definitely I think got to run the pick and roll way more effectively than they're doing. And they also absolutely need to drop some more plays for her when she's off ball. Agreed. Yeah, they definitely got to do better. J Cash, the money man, said if we keep it a stack, Caitlin needs to be moved to the two and learn to move without the ball. She can't dribble. Okay. RC says there's no real appeal to watching her shoot like 5 for 29 either, is it? Question for the chat. CC is ranked number 4 in assists, top 25 in rebounds. J Cass says she can't dribble, has no left or right. She doesn't have the strength to finish against the bigs. Do y'all agree? Do y'all agree with that statement? How y'all feel about it? I think Caitlin Clark could definitely play the two, man. They're not gonna get the number one pick, but imagine a backcourt with Paige Beckers at the one, and then Clark move her over to the two. I think that would be sensational. I'm not gonna lie. I think Paige Beckers will have an easier adjustment. Like she has a more ready WNBA game. She's legitimately a point guard. Hey, Jake Cass firing shots though. He said she cannot dribble. Yeah, RC, the shooting has definitely. She's not shooting it very well. She's getting her shots off some games, but yeah. So and we heard Coach Sides talk about it. The suspect shot selection. YouTube's just laughing. RC says they compare Caitlin Clark to Luka Doncic. Bro, that's really disrespectful to do right now. I can't see it. No, I absolutely cannot see it. No, not at all. That man Luca is completely different. Like y'all see what the Mavs is doing right now. Kyrie Irving is literally my favorite player in the NBA. Excuse me. So I'm loving that right now. BBG 2K says she definitely needs to work on moving without the ball and getting open. She kind of just stands there. Yo, you have to definitely be moving without the basketball, especially if you're not great at creating space off the dribble right now. You definitely got to be moving off ball. I think it's a mix, man. It's like she does definitely get caught standing around ball watching, but at the same time, they're not really drawing up plays for her off ball either. J Cash says when she goes left, she picks up the ball. I'm gonna just read off this or gets trapped, picks up the ball, passes or gets trapped. When she goes to her dominant hand, she surprisingly gets stripped. I like CC, but this is the pros. The way she played in college, it's not gonna work. It won't fly. BBG 2K says CC has to take shots the defense gives her. I say she needs to take the mid-range game. That's the thing that I think why Juju Watkins will be so successful in the WNBA. The mid-range is a lost art. I'm a big mid-range guy. It's wide open. That's why I love Ant Edwards. Like, if the mid-range is there, you got to take what the defense gives. Valid point. The coaching is not good. The offensive scheme is chaos. She's not getting screened open. Yeah, YouTube, I'm saying they're not really calling plays for her. I don't know if Coach Sides is the answer. Like, free Caitlin. BBG says it. I agree. It's twofold. RC Clark is used to being fed the ball at Iowa and playing basketball, savior all game long. This is an entire new world for Clark. Yeah, she had the ultimate green light. She had the ultimate green light. He absolutely had the ultimate green light at Iowa. Amy K says, problem is CC is trying to be a team player and pass more than shoot. She needs to be more selfish. Amy, I agree. We need to see her being in attack mode. She's got to be more aggressive and remember why they brought her there. Remember why she is the #1 pick, man. J Cass says she's ball watching 80% of the time when it's not in her hands. I agree. I think it's like a mix. I don't know, 80% is high, but I think it's a mix. I think it's definitely her ball watching, kind of because she's used to dribbling the air out of the ball and shooting that rock from deep, having an ultimate green light. But I also think it's like the system is chaotic. They're not really drawing up really good plays. It's a lot of ISO ball. We need more two-man game. We need more pick and roll. Like, Aaliyah Boston was really good last year. I thought with her pairing up with Caitlin Clark, that 1-2 punch was going to be one of the best for the future and was going to be really productive now, but they just have not looked good in that pick and roll. Honestly, Nalissa's looked better than Aaliyah Boston. YouTube says she shot the ball 8 times in their last loss. J Cass says her shooting 5 for 20 is selfish enough. Hey, J Cash, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for subscribing. I talk a lot of sports, so definitely lock in with us, everybody, if you haven't subscribed yet. I'm telling you, the pick and roll definitely should be utilized. AB can shoot the rock. Like, she's super skilled. They are just not unlocking her. And I know people were talking about that hypothetical situation. It was a little out there, but they were talking about trading Aaliyah Boston for Cam Brink. Is that a fair trade? Jay says, I think they just need to practice together more. CC and other teammates look lost sometimes. Yeah, agreed. But CC's game is fast and others need to speed up. That's the thing. Like, she's really good at genuinely, like, getting the ball in space, like transition. That's why I was good. Y'all saw like how many times she would hit Hannah Stokey in stride. I thought when y'all like her and Hannah Stokey were a really good combo at Iowa. So I was thinking like, yo, you trading Stokey for Aaliyah Boston? Oh, it's game over, and it just has not been that. J Cash says, I just recently started following WNBA closely. Hey, it's the perfect time to get in. It's definitely the perfect time to start tuning in. So welcome. Amy says CC has never gotten 20 shots since in the WNBA. YouTube says they should be playing the Indiana Pacers offense where they're running the floor. Yeah, like y'all see what they're doing with Hallie out there. Halliburton, like, yo, I like that. That is a perfect model. I like that. I like that because they get Miles Turner the rock. Like they get out there fast, man. And that's the thing, the outlet passing. We talk about Caitlin Clark and shooting the basketball, but the big thing that I thought would help this team by drafting her was the court vision. Because, I mean, she is a gifted passer. And Aaliyah Boston's athletic. Like, she beats other bigs down the floor. You got Smith out there. Like, I thought that they would just be way faster. And maybe they will. You know, we're what, 4, 5, 6 games, depending. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah. Timmy definitely has that motor. I like that. I like that, Amy. I like that, Jay. She gets up and down that court, I tell you. Yep, Halliburton definitely played at Iowa State. Agreed, JK. Agreed. J Cash. Agreed. Agreed. BBG says, see, last year they played a half court offense, but this year now you're trying to change the entire system. Wheeler and CC, and at the same time, look so chaotic. Yeah, Wheeler is stealing money. I ain't gonna lie. Wheeler is stealing money, man. Like, honestly. Says, oh, J Cash, okay, I got you. CC got time, though. There's pros who play more minutes than her each night and average worse numbers. Yeah, I think she's gotten better with every game, with every rep, man. Caitlin Clark has definitely gotten better. But they also, like, Coach Sauce got to put this team and this talent in position to succeed. Jay says CC is one of the greatest pure shooters this game has seen. Amy, I saw an interview with Timmy today. Timmy is great and wants to play game ball despite Sod's horrible coaching. Yo, they might have to get Sods up out of there. Hoping they replace Sods at the Olympic break. Hey, y'all see Coach Lisa Bluter's been in it like every game, it feels like. But yeah, it's just, you got to understand what you're working with. Paris says a lot of people feel that like that now, Amy. Yeah. Agreed. I agree. I think a lot of us definitely do agree with Amy, man. Like, seriously. It's just crazy. Like, they have talent, and they're definitely gonna, like, it's getting to that point where we're kind of feeling like we're at a breaking point. And it's like, why is Berger not getting minutes? Why is Taylor not getting minutes? J Cash says Halliburton needs to be more aggressive. Dog so soft, the 5'10". White boy playing with more heart and skill than he is. Man, yeah, that boy been hurt too. It's crazy. Both series 3-0 right now. Nuts. MBK says Wheeler and Wallace are Sod's favorites. Yeah, I feel like Amy, she is definitely scared to just go against those vets. Like she's gonna lose the locker room, man. Sods brought them with her from her Atlanta days, talked Fever into that big paycheck for Wheeler. Wheeler is robbing them. Wheeler is robbing them blind. Hey, yo, Sods, I need you to move aside. because she's holding back the development. She's definitely holding back the development. She's holding back the process right now, man. She's holding back Caitlin Clark. She's like they have like her and Mitchell should be a really good backcourt. They have talent on this team. Paige Johnson says R.I.P. Bill Walton, a legend. Yes, the passing of Bill Walton, R.I.P. Great basketball player, great analyst, great play-by-play. Let's do a quick moment of silence for Bill Walton, man, for the stream. Definitely R.I.P. Bill Walton. YouTube says when they have CC running and passing, she gets warmed up. She's passing right across the half court, and the ball never gets back to her. It's hard to get warm if you're not shooting. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Honestly, like we were talking about that. Like she does get caught ball watching, but they're definitely not running plays for her, and she be open in the corner sometimes. Like I've seen multiple times where Caitlin Clark has been open and they have just forced some stupid shot or got a turnover. Like the chemistry is just not there. Paris says it's coming, y'all. Nike ain't gonna stand for that itch. Yo, hey, the league cannot afford to have Caitlin Clark fail. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They will get sides up out of there smooth. Bluter didn't look happy watching the game in the stands. No, she's seeing her best player of all time being handcuffed right now. They got Caitlin Clark in handcuffs right now. Free Caitlin. Y'all remember when Melo said that he was a system? She is a system. You don't make Caitlin Clark adjust. You adjust to Clark. Amy said, I thought the Blue Talk was a little crazy, but why is she always sitting right behind Saab when she comes to games? Hey, she might be coming for that spot. She might be coming for that top spot. Paris says, Jay, it's only a matter of time, and as soon as she gets in the other chair, CC is going to be dropping 30 pieces regularly, and scoring average is going up. Going up to 22. Paris says it's too much on the line. It's bigger than the coach. Yeah, she's if you're not helping progress, you holding it up. And if you holding up progress, you gotta get moved out of the way. I mean, straight up. It's ridiculous that this team has only won one game. I mean, they've been competing, they've been fighting, but come on, man. It's just not effective basketball. It's not efficient basketball right now. You got a model that you could follow like the Indiana Pacers, like literally just run. Speed up the pace. You got one of the best outlet passers in the league. Let her get the ball out. Let her quarterback this thing. Get some pick and rolls. Get Aaliyah Boston back to playing inspired basketball. How about that? YouTube says this is only Saad's second year as a head coach. She needs to let CC be CC. Yes. She needs to let Caitlin Clark be Caitlin Clark. Exactly. Let her do what you brought her there to do with the number one pick. I mean, this team is talented. I just thought they would be a lot more exciting. Amy says, but Bluter would be great. She's all about chemistry and lifting up players on a team with a star, which is what the Fever team needs most right now. Agreed. Agreed. Definitely agree with you there. Definitely, man. Because you get the ball up and down the court. You play with pace. You create space. And then you have stuff to operate, man. Like, they're just taking bad shots, turning the basketball over. They got to play faster. Yeah, maybe Coach Luter is looking for a new challenge. I do agree, though. They need some inspiration right now. Y'all look at the huddle, and I mean, it's just the energy is not there. Like, with a young team like that, especially like Kalen's coming from a winning situation, Leah Boston's coming from a winning situation. It's tough to go from playing in national championship games and winning championships to coming to the WNBA and getting your doors blown off on a weekly basis. It's tough. RC says Bluto always sitting behind sides to apply pressure to her mental. Hey, that is hilarious. Paris Johnson says, trust me, she getting phone calls and having meetings on the back end. Don't fool yourselves thinking it ain't gonna happen. It's a new era, just like the ball cap, but no cap. No cap in your rap. RC says since day one, Sods has been trying to turn Clark into a regular Rachel. Like, free Clark. Literally, like, free Caitlin Clark, y'all. It's crazy right now. Free Caitlin Clark. YouTube says no one wants to pay hundreds of dollars for them to lose by 20 and CC had 8 points. That's what I'm saying. We know what they're coming for. We know the show they're coming for. Do fans start losing interest in Indiana? Do those packed out arenas go away? I mean, you're starting out 1-5, 1-6, 1-7. People not gonna want to pay for that brand of basketball. Amy says Sods even admitted CC was helping her coach during Sparks win. CC was pushing Sods to make plays for her teammates. And you hear stuff like that, and it's just like, what do they see? I get it's only her second year. I get that. But, I mean, it's no time to waste right now. The pressure is on. Paris says, plus, y'all, this combo ain't going to go away until it does. The stage has been set for a do-over for the Fever. Yeah, it's like y'all want them potentially having the number one pick next year, too. Like, y'all want to be doormats forever. WNBA need to do better advertising. All the beautiful young women that just got drafted, they got to remember not all of America is CC fans. Mainly middle America and Midwest folks. Plus, CC games shouldn't be the only games sold out. Nah, they haven't been. We've seen multiple games being sold out, and I think, there's a lot of really good rookies in this class, man. Rakia Jackson, Cameron Brink, Angel Reese. I'm looking to see Alexa Peely get some more minutes with them links. JC Sheldon, Nika Mule. Like, it's a lot of good rookies. This class, I mean, I think they've done a good job of just embracing the attention. You know what I'm saying? They've got their own ambitions off the court. But yeah, I think viewership has been great. People are locked in whenever the Liberty play, whenever the Las Vegas Aces play. Like, people are locked in. RC says, Sods be like, I understand who you were and are Caitlin, but in Indiana, we need you to be basic bar. Free Caitlin Clark. I can't say it enough. Free Caitlin Clark, y'all. Free Caitlin Clark. Let her hoop. What are we really doing? There are only 40 games. I don't think the sellouts will go away. There are sellouts in other arenas too. Yeah, that's exactly what we was talking about. BBG, like there's definitely support, the viewership, the sponsorship, the dollars are coming in. People are locked in this season more than ever. It was a historic draft. Like the most people watched the draft. It was like over 700,000 people that watched the WNBA finals. They've already had multiple games go over 1 million views. So I think they've definitely shaken that stigma of like it's a bad brand of basketball. People were wondering if these college crowds would follow to the NBA, to the WNBA, and keep supporting the pros. And we've seen, they brought their friends, they brought their followers with them for sure. Amy says Sods was admitting CC's help during post game press conference. Like, yo, just if you don't know what you're doing, say you don't know what you're doing. Just say that. Paris says the whole draft is fire. This reminds me of the '96 NBA draft. Ooh, okay, I like that comparison, Paris. I really like that. Amy says Rakia Jackson is doing so good. She can get hot and drop baskets from the bench so early, easily. Yeah, yeah, she's out there hooping. We was talking about Rakia Jackson, man, and just her stats and what she's been doing so far this season. I mean, you look at the numbers right now, and she's playing the least amount of time than any rookie we've talked about. But she's definitely making the most of it. I felt like she was the most pro-ready scorer at 6'2", being able to just get buckets from 3 levels. Yeah, she's been really good off that LA Sparks bench. Paris says every last one of them draftees is a superhero and are capable of taking any to the next level of competition. Respect. Respect. Yeah, this class is special. This class is definitely special. Honestly, like I think that they've just handled it with class, and I like how they're all humble. Like they're getting all this attention. Some of them are already multimillionaires coming into these situations, and they've just continued to pay homage, man. They continue to pay homage to the vets. Amy says, I think Rakia should be in the running for sixth player of the year. And to me too. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. Yeah, she definitely should be starting. Who do you bench? Who would you take out? Who would y'all take out of that Indiana Fever starting lineup to swap her in for? Paris says, Brandon, please continue to cover all the draftees. You are contributing to the growth by way of promoting them. Hey, Paris, I got you. Got you. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for tuning in. Got you. Amy says, I know a lot of people want Rakia to start, but it's hard to have a player that can do that and not use them from off the bench. Yeah, I think her defense has to step up a little bit too. But yeah, Rakia is instant offense. I mean, she's so smooth. Like off the dribble, hitting threes. She's a beast on the block, embraces that contact. She'll drop that shoulder on you. I love Rakia Jackson's game. I love Rakia's game. Yeah, I think honestly the LA Sparks hit 2 home runs. They hit 2 home runs. Cameron's putting up big numbers in blocks. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Cameron Brink is blocking shots. And I think they hit 2 home runs in the draft. I really do think they hit 2 home runs with Cam Brink and Rakia Jackson. I did not think Rakia was gonna fall to them. Okay. I feel you, BBG. She does well coming off the bench. Okay, respect. I'm wondering, like, if you do sub her into that Indiana starting lineup, who do you take out? I take out Wallace or Katie Lou. Yeah, Katie Lou been kind of mid. I'm not gonna hold you, but yeah, okay. I like that, Amy. Respect, respect. Yeah, Brink's been putting up numbers. And I thought like the physicality, because she's only a buck 70. I thought the physicality of the WNBA game was gonna impact her a little bit more. Like I don't know, once they get her in that weight program, she gets some of that LA cooking. You know what I'm saying? She'll put on some weight, she'll be good. But she's already just using that link. It's time for Christy Walls to find the door, lead to the street, and keep walking. And just don't come back. Sheesh! Tell me how you really feel, RC. Wallace always is having to guard someone taller. RC says it looks like it's going to take some legit time for the Sparks and the Fever to build up to have something really steady and ready to win more than lose. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. The Sparks got to get some more pieces in there. Dearica Hamby's been really, really good for them, though. She's playing really good basketball. But yeah, the Sparks, man, they got to learn how to win. You know how, like, you have a young team, like, you literally have to learn how to win. I think that's where they're at right now. But they definitely have talent, and they hit a home run in the draft. They definitely hit 2 home runs in the draft. Paris says, be honest, Brandon, when's the last time we've seen a whole draft full of superstars? We ain't never seen this before. I could be wrong, but the overall impact is just beginning to get greater later. No, I agree. I agree with you there. Like this draft is very special. You know, we're seeing a lot in an era right now where spots are limited in the WNBA, where like half majority of drafts are being cut, not even making rosters. And now we're seeing a collection of talent that are not only making rosters but also exceeding. expectations and providing immediate productions. I mean, I know we're talking about the top of it with Cam Brink, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Rakia Jackson, but look what Kate Martin's doing with the Aces. You know what I'm saying? Alyssa Peely's playing some minutes as well. You can't forget about Leah Edwards down there as well with the Mystics, like Nika Mule with the Seattle Storm, like J.C. Sheldon with the Dallas Wings. We're still gonna see players continue to, find their stride throughout the years. This is just the beginning. We still haven't even seen Camila Cardoso yet. Like, yeah, this draft is gonna go down as one of the best ever, in my opinion. Amy says Cameron is just awkward in her movements, and I think that is leading to her additional fouls. Yo, she has been a foul machine. I think she's fouled out of 2 games already. Yeah, she's definitely got to work on her timing. YouTube says Grace Berger should be getting time. She plays well with CC and is a good shooter. Yes, yes. Not only that, she's going to continue to fill seats playing at Indiana, being from Indiana. Like, they're going to support her. Her and Celeste Taylor definitely should be getting minutes. Like, give them Wheelers minutes ASAP. It's ridiculous. She definitely, you need a spot up shooter out there. They don't have a lot of shooting in that starting lineup. Wallace always looks busy without actually doing anything. She just like that worker at your job, just burning the clock, just punching the clock. Yup, BBG, exactly. We haven't even seen Cardoso yet. Like, this class is definitely special. This class is definitely special. Amy says, yes, Grace Berger is much better backup PG, and when they brought her is with CC, they were able to open up so many extra shots by putting CC at shooting guard. Agreed. And I thought coming in like she was more of a combo guard and that they would play her at both spots just to get her going, get those scoring opportunities. YouTube says Kate Martin's time is about to get cut though. They just released the Edge of Fair because their starting guard is coming back. Yeah, Chelsea Gray, probably the best point guard in the entire league, getting ready to come back. I still think Kate Martin has a role with this team, and what she does is valued and needed. But yeah, definitely. When Gray comes back, I can see that. Paris says, "I've been watching ball for 30 years. I'm telling you, all of them are money. I'm so excited about this." Okay, Paris, I like it. I like the energy. I like the energy. RC says, "Nika Mule can definitely do things. She's tougher than she appears and gets after it and is a good shooter." Scholar looks a little underwhelming. Brandon Mueller's future at PG. Yo, Scholar does. And I mean, I think we got to give her some grace. She's been out like 18 months. But her and Jewel Lloyd haven't been the combo I thought they would be. And there's still time, but they've definitely underachieved. I love Nika Mueller, though. Like, she's tough. She guards the basketball, like you said. Lockdown defender. Pass first guard that can also shoot threes as well. I think she can help them as she gets better adjusted to the game. She's had a late start, missed their first 4 games. So, yeah, I definitely think Mule can really impact them. Just going through some of the comments. J. Cass says, and of course, they're good players. Kevin Faison, welcome in, Kevin. CC is not a top 3 rookie of the year. Cameron Brink is okay, but nothing that is saying rookie of the year. My vote would probably be Angel, Cameron, and CC. Okay, Kevin. Okay. RC says Celeste Taylor just be watching the players run and mascot jump run and watching the scoreboard on some wash, rinse, and repeat ish. Shame on sides for totally ignoring Celeste Taylor. I'm a big Celeste Taylor guy. I'm definitely a big Celeste Taylor guy. I loved her at Duke as well. You're talking about a player that won Defensive Player of the Year in 2 different conferences, man. She is locked down. She can shoot it. I like Celeste Taylor. I was excited when Indiana drafted her, and it's just she has not gotten an opportunity. J. Cass says Cameron Brink just tighten up her defense so she can stay on the floor and she'll be all right. Yeah, definitely. Cameron Brink just got to stop fouling, folks. She will definitely be good. The Asia Fair needs to be picked up ASAP by whoever needs a pure shooter. She's number 3 in scoring behind CC and one other person. She's no joke. I'll cut somebody and pick up the edge. Yeah, and it seemed like she was playing well with them. Like, and when she first initially got that playing time in the preseason, like Fair's absolutely a bucket. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely one of the most gifted scorers. And I mean, hell, if you Washington, why not? What do you got to lose at this point? Where else would y'all like to see the edge of Fair go? Where do y'all who could use her other than Washington? Amy says, I don't understand why Taylor's on the bench if Sods is so about defense. Yeah, because Celeste Taylor is locked down. RC says Kate Martin should still be good though with rotation minutes because Kelsey Mitchell and Chelsea Gray don't play the same position. Yep, exactly. They be having Kate Martin out there at the three, low key. RC says at Amy because Coach Christy Sods got wet cake mix in her head where her brain should be. Shots fired, RC. Oh man. Paris says Celeste aspired to. She'll get her chance at the Fever 18 that needs a solid all around role player. Yeah, Celeste Taylor, like, there's a lot of teams that would be welcoming to have her, but there's no way she should be getting minutes. Her and Berger should definitely be getting minutes. Like, there's just no excuse. I think in the limited time that they have played, they've made the most of their opportunities, but those opportunities have been far and wide. Yeah, I think, man, it seems like the overall consensus, guys, is that Coach Sides got to go. Coach Christy Sides got to get up out of here. That seems like the overwhelming feeling of everybody. That seems to be the overwhelming feeling. She is holding up progress. Paris says the only problem with Gidget Fair is that she a team that was already deep with talent. It's not her fault. Yeah, and it's like a loaded team, like you said, that has a loaded backcourt, man. I mean, you got Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young out there, Chelsea Gray. Like, it's a lot of minutes. City Colson, like, it's a lot of minutes to be competing with. It's not many opportunities. I'm surprised Kate Martin is getting minutes. Like, they both couldn't make it, obviously. Like, they're just it was too much talent. How many other players are 5'5"? Though everybody tall AF. Yeah, I mean I'm telling you right now, if Deasia Fair was 5'10", if she was 5'10", 5'11", she'd have been a top 5 pick. Hands down. Hands down. Not even gonna hold you. It's tough. But she plays bigger. Amy also says Fair's height is the issue. She will probably have to go overseas and prove herself before a WNBA team will take her. Yeah, and I mean we're seeing that how that did work out for multiple players. I mean Jalen Brown this year with the Dallas Wings went overseas for a few years, came back, and is doing her thing. So yeah, I agree. The overseas game, I think she could definitely flourish, get some experience. Right now, Fair just needs to get reps. She needs to get used to the pro game, the pace, the physical aspect of it, and just playing against professionals. She just needs to get reps at this point, no matter where it is. Paris says if they don't add 6 more teams soon, I'm gonna have a damn fit. The W got 24 months to respond. We need more teams. We know the Valkyries are coming. Golden State, and then they got the team in Toronto. But yeah, we need more teams, man. I need Destiny Henderson. I need Bria Bill back in the league. Like, it's too much talent out here that is not being utilized. Dana Evans is 5'6" for the sky. Dana Evans be shooting that thing too. She definitely be shooting that one. I like Dana Evans. I actually got her on my fantasy team. So fantasy WNBA basketball. I'm in this league. Hey, it's my first year playing. I would recommend it. Yeah, I like Evans. But yeah, I mean, no question about it. Honestly, it's definitely a height thing with Fair. It's height over heart over height for her. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's not a lot of 20-point scores. I don't know if there's any that's 5'6" in WNBA. There's not like what I'm saying. It's tough. It's tough, but she's definitely skilled, and she's not a liability on defense. Amy says, I just think the smaller player do have to go overseas first, like players lower in the draft. Yeah, agreed. They got to be tough. They got to be scrappy. If you a smaller guard, you got to be able to play defense and not be a liability. Amy says, yeah, it makes it hard for the young players to get a chance right out of college, so they lose their fan base. Yeah, I mean, it's tough when your favorite players playing in Europe or China or somewhere, or, Asia, and you're not on the same, like, time zone to watch those games. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Megan got it going at Iowa initially, the GOAT before the GOAT came. But yeah, sometimes it just takes time. Sometimes you definitely just have to go and hone your craft overseas. I mean, we see the NBA guys do it all the time too. Hey, YouTube, that was a nice pull though. Steve says, yeah, the WNBA is now on the map big time, and now they're going to expand to more. Yeah, they got to. They got to. I mean, there's so much talent coming in, and spots are so limited. We're just seeing it expand to more teams. Yeah, we're seeing it. Two more teams announced. Commissioner's been very active with that. We've been screaming for more teams, and they're coming. The Golden State team's coming next year. Like Steve mentioned, 2026 Toronto. Paris says, when you can score as good as Deja, being short is an advantage because you can turn corners faster. Smaller players who can shoot good get into smaller pockets and wreak havoc on defenses. Definitely. And I think she's a player. She's super quick, a lot of burst in her first step. Like she uses a lot of the angles on the court. Definitely get her shot off among the trees. As a smaller guard, you have to have that floater, and Fair definitely has that. Amy says, sadly, by the time they get back to the W, their college fan base is often gone. Hey, we are what have you done for me lately type of, you know what I'm saying? It can be tough. So more teams means more opportunity. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm excited expansion. It can't come quick enough, but I'm glad that it is coming. It's just ridiculous. Is there any other sport where you see routinely first round draft picks being cut? Like right after the draft, it's crazy. It is madness. Okay, you two, you live in Iowa. Okay, okay. How you feel about them picking up Lucy Olson? I thought that was a huge get out of Villanova, man. Third leading scorer in the nation. They got some pieces returning. Stokey coming back. I think Iowa will still be solid. They will still be solid. The Big Ten's gonna be nuts next year. LA USC coming, but I think they'll still be solid. Amy says if they don't kill their golden goose, they are trying their best to turn off all the new fans. And it is a lot of new fans that are catching up right now to the WNBA and the culture, man. Yeah, I definitely think this league needs Caitlin Clark to succeed to continue this trajectory. Not saying that she's the only reason people are watching, but she's bringing a lot of fans. Steve says, I'm praying that they place it in Philadelphia in the near future. I have nieces that love Caitlin Clark. Yeah, she's got a lot of fans. She's bringing a lot. I've had like a people come into the live chats a lot and talk about Clark and how, she's introduced them to the WNBA game. And we talked about the following of this draft class and how so many of them have huge followings. And would those fans follow them to the WNBA? And we're seeing they absolutely did. They absolutely did. Paris says some big time NBA players need to band together to force the expansion to happen faster by investing. Yeah, put your money where your mouth is. I think they're doing good about supporting. We're seeing stars and all types of entertainers coming out and definitely going to games. But yeah, invest. I saw Asia Wilson was trying to get Beyonce to invest in a team. Serena Williams could potentially be investing in a team, so that would be huge. But yeah, we need some more big time investors for sure. You want to get in now, man, because the WNBA is trending upwards. This is buy now stock, as I like to say. YouTube says Lucy is going to be big for Iowa. They got a good team, but the Big Ten with USC and UCLA is going to be crazy. Yeah, yeah, the Big Ten is going to be nuts next season. YouTube, and like, how do you go from you having Caitlin Clark to now you're getting Juju Watkins in that conference? Oh my gosh! But I like Lucy Olson. I was hoping, praying that she would transfer from Villanova, man, because she's just been putting work in there. She's been putting in mad work, getting mad buckets the last couple of years, and just all to lose to UConn every year. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, I think coach they got a new coach. I know she's been there for a while, but Blue to retire and I'm excited. I think Iowa will still have a good team. Paris says if you want Steph Curry attention, shoot him like him. They asked Kobe how he became Kobe. He say I just wanted to be like Mike to be the great. You must be like the great. Kobe Bryant. R.I.P. Bean. Most definitely, RIP. Yeah, I think, and I mean, honestly, that's the exciting part because it's not like Caitlin Clark is relying on super athleticism like Curry. Same way, they were in the gym, they perfected their jump shots, and we want to see threes. I hope CC succeeds because Deshaun will help all my girls. Yeah, exactly, exactly. If people are watching Caitlin Clark, if they're watching the WNBA, it's gonna be eyes on everybody. And what's good for her is great for the game. Steve says, I agree. Get these sports billionaires to start investing in owning teams in the W. Yeah. Put your money where your mouth is. I love what Al Davis is doing out there with the Las Vegas Aces, man. Get some of your NFL buddies to invest. We see what the Aces are doing for Las Vegas. They are well worth the investment. And I think they're the perfect model. We're seeing how you invest in your training facilities and your staff and your players and your community. They all got that $100,000 deal. Like the Aces are the prototype. That's what you need to be following. They are the blueprint. Steve says Magic has been very involved. Yeah, Magic, man. You talk about a guy that's got his hands in a lot of things. Definitely. Definitely got his hands in a lot of things. Amy says, if many CC fans like me want to root for other teams and players too, but I just get sick of the hate and drama when I just want to watch the team play. Yeah, let's just hoop. Let's just hoop. I know there was a lot of ruffled feathers when her signature shoe was announced, and we talked about that on the channel as well. But I think to her respect, she's handled everything with class. She's had nothing but good things to say about the veterans, about her teammates. She's handled everything in stride and just taking it with a smile. Paris says the W is the new sports business frontier. All these good players who got podcasts need to get in the lab. Hey man, maybe that's what happened with Aaliyah Boston. Over the summer, over the off season, she was just not in the lab. YouTube says Chicago needs some money. They practice at a rec center for real. At a rec center? What are they? The JV team? That's crazy. RC says, Brandon, I'm a diehard Hawkeyes fan. Diehard Hawkeyes and Bruins fan. Which one of my teams do you think is going to go further this year? I would definitely put my money on the UCLA Bruins. For sure, man. That super sophomore class they have coming in. I love Kiki Rice, Lauren Betts. Like, they're going to be tough. Gabriela Jaquez. Yeah, UCLA should be really, really good next year. London Johnson. Like, I love that group. Talented sophomore class. And they've done some good things in the transfer portal, too, to be honest. So, yeah, I definitely go with the Bruins. CC is not taking anything away from other players, but she is opening up new opportunities. Absolutely. Absolutely. We saw, not saying it solely because of her, but we saw them charter flights. Them charter flights, you know what I'm saying? Like, CC is pushing the envelope. She is pushing the envelope and bringing much needed attention. I mean, y'all see this on every podcast, every talk show, every sports show on TV. Like, Caitlin Clark is the topic of discussion right now. RC says Chicago Sky practices at an abandoned grocery chain store. It's sad. Really, guys? Oh my god. I really can't believe what I'm hearing. That's insane. Amy says Chicago needs a facility. Golly. Yeah, YouTube. I definitely watched the full court series, the full court press series. I actually made a video on it, but yeah, that was dope getting a behind the look and just seeing how they prepare, man. I didn't realize Kiki had like built a high school program pretty much. Yeah, that was fun. It was emotional too, just seeing Cardoso and her family and how she had to leave her family, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was crazy. Coming from Brazil, didn't know any English. Like, yeah, that was dope. I really enjoyed that. I would recommend y'all go check that out. RC says, Brandon, bro, looks like, oh, Boston getting the sweep, y'all? Come on, man. They getting the sweep? Boston and Dallas? Kyrie facing his former team? Steve says, boy, could you imagine a team in Philly with a certain ex-Philly star coaching in South Carolina now? Sheesh! Don Staley to the pros. I seen the Charlotte Hornets was inquiring about Don Staley, but yeah, y'all know Don Staley go hard for Philly. Was up there coaching at Temple, and that would be nuts. And y'all, man, I don't have to tell you, Steve. You know Philly loves their basketball. Definitely some of the best sports fans out there. Amy says, I am glad Cardoso was in that doc series. She is missing out on the early rookie hype. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. It was an unfortunate shoulder injury. She's been rehabbing and getting back to full strength. But yeah, I definitely think she's going to make an impact. I know Coach T. Spoon is definitely going to be excited to get her back. RC said Boston is taking it. Oh, man. What games are y'all most looking forward to tomorrow? I know I showed y'all the power rankings that were up earlier. Yeah, man, Philly legendary for hoops. Definitely, Steve. I speak it into existence, Steve. I hope y'all get a WNBA team too. Speak it into existence. So we got the LA Sparks facing off against the Fever tomorrow. The Mercury versus the Sun and the Storm versus the Sky. Yo, hey, it's some really good games coming on tomorrow. Definitely. We gonna have another recap for tomorrow too. We gonna do some post game recap. Y'all be sure to look out for that live. I'm glad Carter. Yeah, I'm glad she definitely got some shine in that, and we got to learn her story more. You know what I'm saying, Amy? Like we definitely got an inside look at her family, her why, her motivation, and everything her mom sacrificed for her. So, yeah, it was dope. Yeah, Jay Asia finally got that shoe deal, the A1 dropping. Yes. How about Sabrina having the hottest shoes in the game right now, man? Man or woman. Yeah, Asia definitely deserving the face of the WNBA. Probably she's been on a mission since the season started, yo. Like I think she still got that fourth place MVP vote in her mind. YouTube says I'm sad the Pacers weren't able to put up a fight. The Mavs killing it though. Luca and Kai playing great at the right time. Yes, yes. And Kyrie Irving is like my favorite player in the NBA. And he like I see a lot of Malaysia Full Wiley's game, like a lot of Kyrie and Malaysia Full Wiley's game, I should say. So I think that's why like I'm really drawn to her as well. But yeah, I didn't know if Luca would ever find a star to play with him. Fever versus Sparks tomorrow, y'all. Fever versus Sparks. How will they play? Well, they're rested, so I think we should see an inspired and passionate effort from them. Miller fans ain't going nowhere. The sky's living up to the hype. Okay, Paris, talk to him. Talk to him. Love us some Camille Cardoso. Yeah, that Fever Sparks matchup is going to be good. Cam Brink facing off against Caitlin Clark, getting to see Rakia Jackson. 3 of the 4 rookies we talked about are going to be on display in this one game. YouTube, the inexperience and late game execution from the Pacers was garbaggio. Man, they're a young team, man. You know, they got Pascal Siakam out there. I was really impressed with how they handled their business, man. To be honest with y'all, I did not see the Pacers going to the Eastern Conference Finals at all. We'll keep an eye on how Chicago does. Teaspoon is a great coach. I'm jealous as a Fever fan. Yo, Teaspoon is she's an elite coach. Agreed. She was an elite basketball player. And I think the Sky, man, they guard, they play defense, they're physical. Like, they definitely match her energy. Yeah, I like the Sky. I really do. I think they drafted well. I think they have some good pieces. Diamond the Shields is healthy. Like, they got a good team. I heard that if Caitlin Clark wanted to be really prepared for the WNBA game, she would have gotten coached up Gino, Dawn, or somebody that would have prepped her better for the next level. Y'all did see she did mention like she wanted to go to UConn and they didn't give her the offer. I guess they already had Paige Beckers coming in easy for the next year, so that's felt like they didn't need Clark. But yeah, she definitely wanted to go to UConn. And she was committed to Muffin McGraw and Notre Dame in that full court press series. She mentioned that she was actually going to go to Notre Dame. Paris says, plus the internet ain't like it was back then. The promo aspect nowadays, the doubling all businesses sectors is next level. Absolutely. Absolutely agreed. It's definitely next level. He says back in the beginning of the WNBA, Dawn Staley coached Temple, and in the summer she played for a non-WNBA team in the summer because they were in Philly. Okay, respect. I thought that was so cool seeing Dawn Staley at the playoff game sitting with Allen Iverson and Dr. J. Like that was so elite. Yeah, she was committed to Notre Dame. YouTube Muffin McGraw out there, and then flipped the switch on him. There says Staley moved her whole family to SC, so that's not too likely. Literally, they built her a statue. CC wanted to be asked by UConn because Maya Moore was an idol, but she was debating Iowa and Notre Dame. Yup, exactly, Amy. Yup, man, Maya Moore, whew, one of the GOATs. Imagine if she just never retired early. That would be like LeBron James leaving basketball in his prime. Like that was crazy. But yeah, we definitely got some big games lining up. Hey, RC, they are both from South Carolina, Malaysia Fuwali and John Morant. So definitely got that SC connection. Yo, yeah, football is definitely explosive, flash in the pan. And she's the most exciting player in women's college hoops next season coming back. I actually did a video of like South Carolina potential breakout stars for next year. Like not like breakout because they've already broken out, but more to like who could do more with more minutes next year. And Full Wally was definitely her and Ashton Watkins with two players I definitely had an eye on. We know that Fever game is going to be nationally televised. Not the Mercury and the Sun. The Mercury and the Sun you can watch, as well as the Fever and the Sparks. The Storm in the Sky will be on League Pass. Yeah, Steve agreed. That was so dope seeing them play together. Three Philly legends for real. I said play together. I meant sit together. That would have been crazy if they did play together. Just Philly's finest, man. Hey, I got a statue as well for those current standings for the WBA. Okay, little Morant up there. Fever will be on NBA TV. Thank you for that, Amy. Y'all tune in tomorrow. I believe tip is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Yep. No. Yep, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Eastern Standard. As a newer fan of WNBA, I think B Stewart might be the top player. She's smooth. She can shoot. Plays D. Like 6'4". I was pretty impressed at how easy she makes it look. Yo, Stewie can handle the rock. Like she grabs that joint off the rim and goes coast to coast. Like Stewie is super skilled. I mean, honestly, she's out there crossing, nutmegging, shooting it off the dribble, runs the floor really well, can pass it. Yeah, Stewie is. Hey, that is not a bad pick for best player in the league or favorite player YouTube. Don't pick somebody. Stewie is the real deal. She's so fluid at that size, man. Yeah, I think her game is a little bit more versatile, a little bit more in depth than majority of bigs. Yeah, but definitely some big games on. Definitely some big games on. Yep. Hey, Steve, appreciate that update. Y'all see that Fever playing on NBA TV tomorrow night at 7. Appreciate you, Amy. Appreciate you, Steve. Keeping us locked in on that one. Guys, I'm probably about to go ahead and wrap it up here. We've been on for going on 2 hours now. But give me some final shots, parting shots, final hot takes before we go into tomorrow. We definitely will have a stream tomorrow after these games as well. Full Wally gonna be WNBA ready when she comes. Speaking of WNBA ready, all draftees. Hey, I love it. They are WNBA ready right now. That class is 2027 with Malaysia Full Wiley and Juju Watkins. Oh my lordy. Sheesh, that's gonna be crazy. But yeah, final takes, guys, of the night. Final hot takes. What we got? What we got? Final party shots. Brianna Stewart is great, but she's a veteran superstar at this point. Yeah, her Sabrina, Jonkel Jones, like that front court with Stewie and Jones is insane. That might be the best front court in the league for real. Final hot takes, everybody. Final thoughts. And man, salute to you guys. I appreciate everybody just tuning in, being engaged, showing love, hitting that subscribe button, commenting, liking. Definitely appreciate y'all spending y'all's Monday with me. Y'all the real MVP. Final thoughts before we close it out, everybody. Hey, Amy, I appreciate you. Hit that like. Steve, great show. Can't wait till the USA Olympic basketball summer women and men. Yes, Steve, I will have plenty of coverage on the Olympics as well. Following the basketball team, so definitely stay locked in for that. Agreed, Amy. Agreed. Well, that's a wrap for us, guys. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Live with Brandon Blatney podcast. I am your host, Brandon Blatney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We will be going live again tomorrow to recap the WNBA game. So join us tomorrow night. Have a blessed and prosperous week, everybody. Happy holidays. Until next time, hey, we out.